Hey folks, welcome to week 1, day 4 of my modified LSUS program. So here you've got me starting with some full cleans. As you can see, I'm catching them quite high and riding them down. If you watched my earlier video, you know that's because I tweaked my back just a little bit earlier in the week, so I'm just playing them sort of a little bit safe, catching them quite high at the top, and then riding them down safely, just so I'm not catching them rock bottom. Plus, to be honest, the weight's still fairly light. What am I on at the minute? I think it's probably about 75, so it's definitely well within my comfort zone, so I'm just trying to get that extension, catch it nice and high, get plenty of power on it. I think overall I get probably like 2 or 3 sets of 3 done, nice and easy, nice and light. Just mainly just trying to keep sort of the technique fresh, but yeah, my focus is definitely on the strength work, so yeah, just trying to keep some technique fresh basically. Alright, so this is me lifting just from a slightly different angle, allows me to check the tightness of my back, which I'm nice and happy with. Yeah, again, bar's travelling up quite nicely, getting under it, catching it quite high, then riding it down, which is not a problem because the weight's still quite light. Just focusing on getting that power of the drive. Yeah, all looking quite nice, quite happy with this. So that's my first exercise. I'm going to do probably another set of this afterwards, but then I'm going to move on to my power cleans, which is what I'm going to show you guys next.
Charlotte. Right, I'm going to grab a pen. I don't know where it's gone.
Right, as promised, I'm now doing my power cleans. So this is me finding a 5RM power clean from the hip. So it's pretty much, I'm just bending down just about an inch, getting a little bit of drive, and then I'm trying to power clean the bar all the way up. So I'm really not trying to pull underneath, I'm just trying to project that bar upwards, get a really powerful, aggressive extension, which is what I'm working on. Today, I think I managed, it's my first week on this program, and I get a set of 5 at 70 kilograms. So that's what I'm going to be trying to beat as we go forwards. Next up, the program calls for 5% to be dropped off the bar. Realistically, I can't do that in my gym because I don't have small increment plates, so I've just dropped down to 65, and I'm going to do a set of 5. Feeling quite nice, really feel like I'm getting plenty of power on the bar. I'm looking forward to improving this exercise over the next few weeks, really enjoyed this one. I think I do another set at this weight again, but instead of just showing you the same thing, we're going to move on to looking at my clean grip deadlifts. Okay, so now moving on to my clean grip deadlifts, as you can see. Now what I'm actually doing here is I am doing a set of 10 or 3 to 5 sets of 10 at 90% of my snatch 10RM from day 2. Now the reason I'm doing this is because that's what Sean Hutchinson advises. I've sort of been hovering around weightlifting forums, and that's definitely what he's advised over there. So the weight is considerably light for this. Like so 80 kilograms for a clean deadlift is light for me. No real issues here. You'll notice what I am doing though is I'm sort of resetting between each rep, trying to re-tense, get that position again, and I'm dropping the bar after every rep. I would never usually do my deadlifts like this, but as I mentioned earlier, I had that tweak earlier in the week, so I'm just trying to make sure that I'm really not pulling my back, so I'm just trying to sort of make sure that I'm tense on every one, rather than just repping them out really quickly, so it makes the set take a lot longer, but I do get all my sets done. It's just sort of more of a safety thing for me just in this workout. I'll be back to business as usual going forwards, but hey, as long as it keeps my back happy for this workout, I think it was worth doing. Plus, let's be honest, it never really hurts just to have a little bit of practice going back to those bracing and trying to think about what you're doing. So each time I'm trying to sort of create, you know, that brace in my midsection, get it nice and tight. I'm trying to engage my lats and sort of pull those down. Just really get those positions, get them nice, make sure that my back's bracing everything, that my core's bracing. They're never skills that go out of fashion. They're just good stuff to learn. So a little bit of practice on them while you're sort of trying to protect your back is never a bad thing to go over. So that's sort of what I'm focusing on for this exercise. As you can see, yeah, backs are just tightening up between them quite easily, so I'm doing a few little stretches there. But that's my focus, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'll leave the rest of this set for you guys to watch, and then I'll be moving on to my next exercise, which I believe is RDLs. Next up, you got me doing RDLs with about 70. I'm taking this really easy in terms of range. I'm just about going to my knees and then bringing it back up. Usually I'd probably take it about sort of maybe 2 to 4 inches sort of further down than that. But, you know, as I said, I sort of injured my back earlier in the week, sort of tweaked a little bit. So I'm just taking it a little bit conservative. Just trying to sort of keep it safe on this one. I do 3 sets, 70, and then I move on to my next exercise. Alright, next up you've got me doing shrugs. I'm going to do 3 sets of 10 of these, but I've only recorded 1. You'll notice that I'm literally just doing bodybuilder style shrugs rather than sort of the weightlifting style shrugs with the sort of using the hip and getting that really big extension and drive in. This is not how I would usually do the shrugs. Usually I would do them as sort of weightlifters tend to, which I'm sure you can just YouTube if you want to. I imagine when I sort of upload videos from my 5s phase or just later in the 10s phase, once my back's feeling alright, then I'll be lifting as normal. But I just thought, again, be conservative, be safe since I've tweaked my back a little bit, just get a little bit of work for the traps in. Next up, I've got some pull-ups. I think I end up doing about maybe 4 sets of these. I'll probably record 1 or 2. I like to just use a basic pronated grip just over the front and try and get a few reps out. Pull-ups still pretty hard, still pretty difficult for me, as used to be a lot easier, you know, when I was a little bit smaller, a little bit closer to sort of 70, 71 kilos when I used to be a runner. Now that I'm closer to 90 kilos, pull-ups are damn hard. So I'm working on these, hopefully going to get a lot stronger over the next few weeks, and I'll let you know how it goes on. You got my next set here. I'm trying a neutral grip here, so a slightly different grip, and I also tried a different camera angle, which, I'm going to be honest, did not fucking work at all. It's just a ridiculous camera angle, so I will not be using this again. But just thought I'd include the clip anyway, just so you can see me doing pull-ups from a slightly different angle. Pull-ups definitely need a lot of work, so these will probably be taking a good part of my workout up over the next few weeks. You got my next set here. I'm trying a new... Straight after the pull-ups, I'm following up with some seated rows. So I know the official LSUS program calls for barbell rows, but as I said, I'm already sort of tweaking my lower back a little bit, and by this point in the workout, your lower back is absolutely fried after the RDLs and the heavy pulls and the whatever else you've done. So honestly, I feel quite happy just using this to develop my lats. I do another sort of 3 sets of 10, working on about 70 kg there. I've only recorded 1 for you there. Next up, you have me with a little bit of Hulk in the background, doing some side planks. So, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of core work, mainly because I hate it and it's hard, but we all have to do it. I have to do it. You got to keep strong, you got to keep stable, you got to be able to brace and be able to control the weight, especially when it starts to get heavy later on in the program. So I do 2 sets of side plank each side in this workout, holding for about 45 seconds each side. I'm trying to keep my hips up, trying to keep my glutes squeezed, and that is sort of the end of the workout. So yeah, if you like the video, like the video. If you want to see some more updates on my program, then subscribe, and I will chat to everyone later. Hey there, if you enjoyed the video and you want to get started on your own Olympic weightlifting journey, then click the link in the description below to sign up for your free 90-minute Olympic weightlifting analysis session. This is a session that can be done in person or online, and you are guaranteed to make some huge improvements with it. Also, don't forget that if you want weekly updates from the whole Character Strength squad, then make sure to subscribe.